Drink your one, puppy.
Oh, he's so cute.
He only likes being picked up, like, sometimes. But he understands that he can't make it down the stairs on his own, so that we need to pick him up. And so he kind of, like, braces for it when we go to pick him up to bring him to the, like, out front. All right.
Good boy. I met him the other day, Bob. He's a very good boy.
Yeah.
All puppies are good boys. All dogs are puppies, too. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what age they're puppies.
Nope, they're puppies. Every single one of them.
When I walked in, I thought he was going to be a lot bigger than he was, and he was like a little nugget.
No, they're always little. They always start as little nuggets. Even big dogs start as little nuggets.
You were a little nugget, huh? Yeah. I was on just before this, and like Lauren brought him down and was like, "Does he want to guest star on the podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, he certainly does."
Of course he does.
Until he shits on the floor like he did when I was on my last call of the day today. I just set us live, by the way.
All right.
Yeah, he shit on the floor, and he's like, he has not done that since we got him. Like, we've been pretty good about taking him out, but I think he was a little upset that I have had so many blocks of calls, and I felt bad. I didn't want to like put him in his crate while I was like working. I wanted to just.
I think you need to. I think you need to let your boss know that you have priorities.
True. She does know that I have the pup, so. But this is him. He's here.
Good old Miller. He'll just lay there. Look at his face.
Look at this baby. Hey. Like being
his little white dipped paw.
Okay. He's like, look at the way he's like holding onto my hand. Alright, here you go.
Be a shame if he just pissed all over your computer.
Oh man. I mean, yeah. Well, I took him out before my last call earlier today, and I was like, all right, he should be good. There's no way he's gonna pee. But it turns out he was not good, and although he is very good, but he was not good in this moment. And he started whining, and I was like, I'll be right there, and I threw him a toy. I thought he was just like wanted attention. Nope. Took a nice heater right in the middle of the kitchen floor. So,
what's up, Tickety Nationwide? What's up, brother?
Hey, Tiggy, can't you see?
I dropped a couple of heaters at work today, like literally, like to fucking shove an ice cube in my asshole.
I mean, I've been there.
Whose host is it?
It's me, I think.
I think it's Dom.
I need your energy tonight, Dom. Long day,
buddy.
Dude, every fucking one of us had a fucking long,
legit fucking today. Gauntlet.
My eyes, like, look at my eyes. I have permanent bags under my eyes. I am distraught right now.
Designer, Gucci.
I can't even see right now.
The fucking optometrist next week. I'm gonna see if I can get some like prescription blue light glasses or something like that. Because these are not working, and my eyes feel like I just dumped sand into them.
Not good. Tiggy just said Dom always fries on host. Kind of unfair. Dom's a very good host.
Hey, that's what I do.
I feel like my blue light glasses are pretty decent.
I mean, he pooped on the rug. Did he like poop somewhere else and we didn't see it? It doesn't smell. This is like my life.
It's just Dom. Dom fucking smells.
Yeah. Figuring out if the dog shit somewhere, and if so, where.
Or is it just you?
If so, shito.
Yeah, I put it in the freezer.
Dude, my allergies are fucking killing me.
Do allergies exist this time of the year? Is that why I've been all stuffed up?
Yeah.
Oh, then I have allergies.
Especially because global warming's a real thing, and it might as well be spring.
Wow.
True chains.
Might have just made a fact. Oh. All right. Let me fire up Audition. Ooh.
Tiggy, can't you see?
I edited that Paging Dr. Bob first episode, and all I need to do now is make a clever thumbnail. That's all. And that's basically the fucking process.
I got you. I know what you should do.
Oh, I already have an idea. I just have to put it together.
No, I got a better one.
No, you don't.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you don't.
All right. Well, never mind.
You don't.
You were
I'll
framing
tell you
that.
what mine is right now.
You were framing that as though you needed assistance with it, but never mind. I won't share my brilliance.
Physically, I need the assistance. Spiritually, and like systematically,
right?
I don't. Creativity.
So you need Photoshop help, is what you're saying.
That's basically what I'm saying.
Yes. You gotta Photoshop your face onto a doctor.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
no. What I'm telling you is that you need to use the clip from Toy Story where Buzz Lightyear is in the fucking purse and he's like, I don't think that man's ever been to medical school. You need to just like use that, but it's you peeking out of the bag. I'm telling you.
No, I'm gonna fucking find that.
I just saw it and I was like, I have to download this clip for like whenever like Bob makes like a health recommendation on the show. I don't think that man's ever been to medical school.
I make pretty decent health recommendations.
I'm not saying that you don't. I just think it's a hilarious thing.
Oh, my dick screen. What should I do?
What?
First of all, I'm not a doctor.
Wait.
Secondly,
what?
Your dick shouldn't be green. You don't get laid.
Oh.
Maybe that's why I don't.
Didn't you guess it?
Huh?
Yeah, what came first, chicken or the egg? Your green dick.
It's this is a if you don't use it, you lose it situation. I think this is the first phase, and now it just starts falling off.
Oh yeah, you're right. Green Wang.
Damn.
No,
green
Is it true? Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
The guy goes, "Is that a serious question?" He goes, "No, it wasn't." It's such a good movie, man.
No, I don't want your box O porn.
They felt like bags of sand.
I'm sorry. What?
Dude, all the clips from that movie in like Smart Tech, like all like the retail scenes are the most real things ever. Just like
100%.
When he's what is it? Paul Rudd is complaining about the like if we don't get this Michael McDonald CD off loop, I'm gonna kill everybody in this store and then myself.
I hope you have a big garage because I'm gonna park my bike in it. When it was like an actual like Huffy.
We went to Tijuana. We went to see a donkey show. You know, we thought it was like funny at first, but then we kind of just started feeling bad. You know, we felt bad for both of them.
Q sounds like my sex life. If I don't use it, I'll probably lose it. That's what that whole story was based off of.
Yeah,
it was definitely sexual.
100%. All right, let's get this road on the show, shall we?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Let me see. Let me just get fucking stretched out here. Let me just hold on. All right.
Me ma me mo boo ma me ma.
Unique New York. Unique New York. All right.
Should actually work.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Unique New York. All right. How now, brown cow?
How do you know all these?
Because I've seen that movie like 600 times.
Sure.
How now, brown cow? She sells seashells. Yeah, all right, we're good. All right. Oh, who just did that? Bubba! Thank you for the sub. Thank you for
31 months. Oh, Lord.
Call him Subba.
A long-ass time.
It's a long-ass time. One of these days, and it won't be long. All right. We should be good. Cool. Today's episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast, as always, is brought to you by Thrive Fantasy, the best place for daily fantasy sports and esports. Just pick a game you want some action on. Build your lineup from the available player props. Each prop is assigned a point value for both the over and the under based on how likely it is to hit. Hit the most props, rack up the most points, and win a share of the prize pool. It is that simple. Thrive has paid out well over $1.5 million in cash prizes to date. So to start raking in the dough, sign up using promo code WGG and you will receive an instant match on your first deposit of up to $50. It used to be $25, but we love you too much to leave you hanging, so we just went ahead and doubled it up. So get started today. Use promo code WGG via the Thrive Fantasy app on the App Store or the Google Play Store, or by visiting their website at thrivefantasy.com. Once again, that promo code is WGG, so download the app and prop up with us today. Now, without further ado, Please enjoy this episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast. Yo, welcome back to Not Another Gaming Podcast. It is your boy, Papa Dom, live, direct, sweaty, greasy, and fed up with this week. I am ready to record another episode of the greatest podcast in the history of the recorded word with my two beautiful co-hosts, whom I could not do this without. You know them, you love them, whether or not you want to admit it. My first co-host, when he's not crushing a couple cold daddies or delivering haymakers to his desk, he is beating your favorite journalist to the punch on all the breaking esports and gaming news that you care about. The future Esports Awards 2021 reporting Rookie of the Year. Living proof that they do, in fact, stack handsome that high. And also the proud owner of one of the freshest fades I've ever seen at this current moment, my man, Chris P. How the fuck are we feeling?
I'm feeling good. You know, last time you saw me, I was at your house, and I was getting made fun of because I looked like I didn't have a home. My beard would not connect. It was all straggly. Did not look good. My hair, no bullshit. But if I pulled it down in the front, it would go past my chin. I've been wearing a hat for the past 8 months. I got a haircut. I shaved my face. My double chin is bigger than it's ever been before. So maybe the Chick-fil-A a couple days a week has to relax. Got it today though, like the final goodbye. But all in all, like you said, I'm sick of the week. But you know what I'm not sick of? Hanging out with you guys. So I'm happy that it's Thursday night. If you're listening to this on the pre-recorded, it's Friday for you. Congratulations. You made it. We all made it. But yeah, happy to be here. Doing well. It's your boy, Chris P., the tallest and the lankiest.
And, of course, my next co-host. You might find him clawing his way out of his gaming backlog several days a week. Or coming out of retirement on the streets of Valorant, getting a couple of old timers from the retirement home to start climbing the ranks right here on twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming, like basically every day. Or you can catch him, decline benching a couple of Ford Fusions outside your local roast beef joint. A guy who has absolutely never once in his entire life watched anime before, the clairvoyant and the effervescent Dr. Bob. How are you?
True. I have never watched anime, not a single time, not once, not never. Okay. I am tired. Very, very tired. We can all agree that we all had a long ass fucking day today.
Oh, yeah.
I was on coverage. I got fucking swamped while I was on coverage today. And all I want to do is talk to you guys for about roughly an hour and a half and then go lie down in bed.
Yeah,
no more, no less.
Maybe watch some anime. Maybe mix in a little anime. Maybe play with the Pichadel a little bit and go to bed. It sounds phenomenal.
Chris, I don't watch anime like you fucking weeb. Okay?
Oh, what do you mean? I mean, Death Note's the only thing I've watched. And then, like, when I used to go on Newgrounds when I was younger, that's considered anime.
Yeah,
but
true.
the Netflix live adaptation of Death Note doesn't count, Chris.
No, I have a Crunchyroll subscription. Well, I had a Crunchyroll subscription.
Can you send me your password? Your login information?
I cannot because it's no longer my account. I am now bumming an account that the password has been changed, and I have not asked for the new one because I do not watch anime like you.
Well, I'm going to hit up fucking... Who has? I think Warren has one. I'm going to hit up Warren.
Yeah, I've been using his. Shout out to Warren shout out to Down in Front podcast.
Wait, you watch anime, Dom? What do you mean you've been using it?
What a fucking weeb!
Closet weeb!
Wow!
No, listen, I've always been very upfront about this.
Sheep's clothing, fucking lurking around us. What a fucking snake in the grass, Dom. Holy
Not at all.
Shit.
Not at all. Listen, I've been watching Gundam, which is, as you know, not anime. It transcends a label. It transcends genre. It's too good to be labeled. It's just Gundam is its own genre. So
just
I
like Yu Yu Hakusho.
That's right.
Just like Yu Yu Hakusho.
That's 100% it. That's 100% true.
Not anime.
How do you feel about JoJo, Dom? I know you've watched it. Just be honest.
I've seen it.
So, oh god, it's so fucking good.
The most I know about it is like what I see in like YouTube comments. People are like, is that a JoJo reference? And I don't know what they were even talking about.
Can we just play the Giorno theme right now?
The Giorno theme's phenomenal. We don't have to play it right now, but it's a great. It's great. There's like a video of like the Spider-Man. I forget which Spider-Man it is, but he's playing the piano. And someone like starts dancing. No, it's like
I know what you mean.
Spider-Man 3.
You know what I'm talking about? Spider-Man 3.
And
his head like snaps around. He's playing like the Giorno theme song. It's so good.
Yeah, 100%. So enough playing around with our Bichadels over here. Let's get into a little weekend recap.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
So I myself had a incredibly long weekend, but also one of the most fulfilling ones because I got a puppy. So Miller is my puppy, and he joined us. If you were here like really early, like first couple minutes that we went live tonight, you probably saw him. Or you can probably just see him all over my Twitter right now. Miller joined our family. He's a little black lab mix. He's adorable. He was a little demon hellspawn today, but otherwise he's a very good boy. And he joined us all the way from Texas. We rescued him. We drove down on Sunday night to meet the people who were rescuing him and like driving from state to state. God bless them for doing that. Just to make sure dogs could get adopted and rescued. So yeah, he's loving it already here. He's doing great, and he's going to be on the show more soon. But right now he needs to sleep because I would like to get more than 4 hours of sleep at some point this week. So yeah, it's a big shout out to him. That was the most important thing that happened this weekend. And also I had a little veal saltimbocca this weekend. And
Ooh. Love me some saltimbocca.
Oh my god, it was unbelievable. A little homemade fusilli too with it. Woo, come on now. Also, real quick before we go on, Tomahawk Jack said, "Hey guys, tried to leave a voicemail and unable to think it's because I'm in the UK. But just wanted to say, really enjoy the show. Always listened on Spotify. It is my first time watching live. It is nearly 2 a.m. at the moment. It is my birthday and would like to ask, what is the best beer you guys regularly drink? Tomahawk Jack, happy fucking birthday.
Happy birthday.
My
Happy
guy.
birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
My guy, all the way from the UK. Yeah, if you can't, leave a voicemail, it's 617-701-7678. You might have to put like the +1 in front of it for the country code. Feel free to still do that if you want to, but happy birthday. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you. I can't wait to get back over to the UK. Love you guys out there, but yeah, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you, and happy birthday. Hope you have a great one. And my favorite beer,
easy. This is an easy one.
just
Miller Lite, yeah. Miller Lite.
I'm more of a Bud Light kind of guy. Miller Lite's the only like light beer I can say that I do not like. Unless I'm already half in the bag, then anything tastes the same. But I thoroughly don't enjoy Miller Lite. I apologize to you guys. This is no shade at your dog, Dom, but I do not like the taste of Miller Lite. So I'm going to go with Bud Light. If I'm enjoying myself, like a nice Harpoon, a nice IPA.
I hear you. Chris, how was your weekend on that note?
My weekend was great, Dom. I got very drunk with you. I don't know if you remember that.
No.
But I did, in fact, end up meeting with you. So anyone who knows Dom and I, if one of us calls the other person, and even if it's a hypothetical, like, let's drink, it's always a yeah. And you always regret it as soon as you say, like, I kind of want to lay in, but I already said, yeah, I'm a man of my word. I got to do this. So I'm at my house with one of my buddies catching up. I haven't seen him in months. And he was like, oh, yeah, my sister's at Dom's house. I was like, what? So I ended up either calling you or you called me, one or the other, and you're like, come over. I was like, all right, cool. Be there in 15 minutes. Just got up, went over there, and everything was great. You know, just kind of hanging out, listening to some music. And out of nowhere, Dom brought out these like whiskey shots that I've never seen in my life, and they were fucking nasty. There was like peach whiskey and fucking like kiwi whiskey, peanut butter, apple, like the weird shit. And I was like, oh yeah,
I'm getting fucking agita thinking about that.
But that
They're
was
awful.
like
I'm pretty sure like they were in the checkout line at TJ Maxx or something, and I might have gotten
dude, they were not good. So I ripped the apple one, and it was like lights on, no one home after that. I was like, yeah, like a couple hours went by, just kind of vegetating into the couch, and then I woke up the next day feeling like fresh mulch. Was not good. I fell asleep at like 8 p.m. that night. It was groggy the whole day. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm still hungover from it. But that was my weekend. Other than that, been playing some Warzone. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I did forget about that because, you know, as reasons aforementioned. But yeah, I remember like we were like wrapping up. We got a couple roast beefs. We were hanging out with two of our friends that we hadn't seen in a while, and Chris texted me, or I was texting him. I don't know what direction we were going in. I think we were talking about the dog, and he was like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna swing by," and I was like, "Oh, okay," but I thought he was like joking, and I wasn't exactly sure. And then like 20 minutes later, they were our friends were getting ready to leave, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Chris just texted me and said he just hopped in an Uber, and I was like, "Alrighty." We were like literally about to go into bed, and Chris was like, "All right, I'm on my way," and I was like, "Oh shit." All right, so
I puffed some fresh life into that house.
Oh, you certainly fucking
Fucking
did.
like T.I. started playing. Taylor Swift came on at the end of the night. People are crying and hugging and calling their family. It was phenomenal.
Oh my god, yeah.
Beautiful time.
We woke up, both my wife and I both woke up the next morning, both of us smelling like fucking death, and we were just like, what happened? It was like, I don't think
Chris
either
happened.
of us, I don't think either of us, Hurricane Chris dropped down.
Hurricane Chris, what song is that?
Hey,
Pop Lock and Drop It?
Hey,
oh, Hey Baby, yeah.
But no, Pop Lock and Drop It is Huey, rest in peace, who was taken from us too soon mid last year. So, but Bob, how was your weekend?
I will literally start crying about MF Doom again.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
this is a good vibe podcast, you know, good vibes. 2021, you know, bad things happen, but we got to keep the spirits high, the feelings up. We're here tonight, and that's enough. Simply having a wonderful Thursday night.
I spent my entire weekend dealing with Comcast because my internet was fucked. It's been fucked for weeks, honestly. Like, it started when I was still playing fucking WoW and I was disconnecting every 15 fucking minutes, and it just got worse to the point where I couldn't stream anything for legit 2 weeks straight or it would just crash. But dude, I was on the phone with I was chatting with a fucking rep online, and I'm like, look, I reset my modem 12 fucking times. It doesn't do anything. Stop asking me to reset my fucking modem because it doesn't do anything. Can you do something, please? And they were like, you know what? There's really nothing we can do. We're going to escalate this up to our advanced tech team. You'll have someone call you within the next 48 hours.
Good.
Nothing. They instead of pushing it up, they closed the fucking ticket.
Sounds like TikTok support.
Dude, it happened again on Monday. And then at that point, I said, fuck this. I need to talk to somebody right now. Look, buddy, I'm sorry. I don't want to fucking talk to you. Okay? Get me someone from the fucking tech team. They finally fucking fixed it. I've been able to stream. I think everything's fine for now. We got somebody out here to fix it. Otherwise, Friday, I didn't do much. Saturday, I hung out with the lady. We, because she's a big fucking weeb, she got me to finish watching The Promised Neverland with her, and it's pretty good. Not gonna lie, pretty good. Interesting concept for a show.
I do want to throw a little caveat on what I said about what I've been playing. I was playing Warzone this weekend. The game's in a very bad spot. I just want to throw that out right now. That game is in a terrible spot right now. Obviously the thing that got fixed was the whole DMR zone thing with the super overpowered like tactical rifle that used to be able to shoot like an AR from across the map. But on top of that, like glitches keep coming back. There's this whole reverse boosting / geo filtering / fucking SBMM website. People are like doing all these different tactics. It's in a bad spot. But I hope they figure that out. Just kind of wanted to throw that in because I sprinkled over Warzone, and I know a lot of people are not happy with that game right now.
I don't know what game upsets me more when I play it, Warzone or Valorant, because Valorant is in an awful fucking spot too. Also, shout out Matty D for the rid.
Oh, thank you, Matty.
Since is in an awful fucking spot right now. They just dropped season 2. The problem is their matchmaking system has been broken since since the game launched out of beta. It's been completely fucking broken since Rake started. Season 1, myself and the rest of the nursing home that I take care of. Shout out to the nursing home. We're all ranked like high plat, low diamond, mid diamond, shit like that. And then steadily ever since, it's been a decline. And you shouldn't see that in a game like that. In Overwatch, like when I started playing Overwatch, I started in gold and I steadily climbed up every single season, which is what you're supposed to do. Matchmaking in fucking Valorant is awful. That game's in a horrible spot. Granted, I'm still going to fucking play it every single night, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, all I've really been playing recently is Valorant. I've been editing a ton of fucking videos. I finally caught all the way up on all the podcast VODs that we had available. That was my project for the past like 4 fucking months.
Nice.
And I finally fucking caught up on it. And we're there. Every fucking podcast VOD that we had access to in Twitch is now up on youtube.com/WickedGaming. So
nice.
You can go check those out whenever you want.
Dude, think of this, right, Dom? I don't think you're much of a Warzone guy. I'm not sure if you've ever played. But imagine
like 3
this.
times.
So
I think I played the beta.
All right. So there's a thing in the game called a tactical stim, or like a stim, just stim, right? And it goes in your spot of like a Yeah, a stimmy. Shout out to Stimmy. Shout out Donnie. But think of it this way: like if you get shot, you can press the whatever left bumper or whatever if you're on keyboard, and you like shoot it into you, and your health regen super fast.
Yeah.
So there's a glitch in the game currently. I'm not sure if it got fixed as of today, but you can get unlimited stims by like throwing a grenade at the wall, picking it back up while you're holding it, drop both weapons, and then you have unlimited like stims. So what happens is, I'll paint the picture. We were having a hell of a game, playing with my good friends, good laughs, really good kills, like everyone just having a good time. We're gonna catch the dub, right? It's 1-4 at the end of the game. The last circle is literally the size of a Cheerio, and the person's nowhere to be found. I'm like, yep, it's a stim glitch. The dude was like pretty much on the other side of the map, just going, like sticking himself with the sim so he would not die in the gas. And we lost that way. And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to fucking uninstall this. This blows.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. I mean, it's also such a fucking bitch way to go out.
Yeah.
Imagine,
I mean, come on, bro. Couldn't be me.
You got to bring back bullying.
It should get brought back for people like that. After that, like, I don't talk in the like the after game. I usually just like lick my wounds to go away, but I scream when shit like that happens. You fucking geek, you loser! You gotta wake up for school tomorrow, bitch! Like you're playing too late. Your parents are gonna be pissed.
Well, that's not the only thing that people are pissed at Call of Duty about, right, Bob?
Well, on the contrary, people are very happy with some great news coming from Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Wow.
Oh, tell me a little
Who
bit
would have
about
known?
I would have known because I'm a big zombies fanatic. Anyway.
I'm setting the tone for the topic, Bob.
Tomorrow is 115 Day, which if you don't know, in zombies lore, element 115 was used to create the Nova gas, which was used to create the zombies. And, you know, Cold War came out with a fucking blast. It was like... The problem was, it was like a fucking match. It struck super quick. Everybody enjoyed zombies. Everybody enjoyed the campaign. Multiplayer is fucking atrocious. But zombies was fucking awesome. The problem was, there was no other content for zombies after that. It was just one map. And when you look back at the previous installations of COD Zombies, if you look back at Black Ops 4, Black Ops 4 had 3 different maps at launch. Black Ops 3 had 2 different maps at launch, 3 if you pre-ordered it. Cold War comes with 1. Granted, it was refined. They fine-tuned that experience to be nearly perfect, in my opinion. But then it went stagnant for about 2 months. Now, we just got news. They were saying that we weren't going to get the next DLC map until the second season. They said, you know what? We're going to give you it February 4th. And we get some surprises coming your way for 115 Day and that whole fucking COD week. So now, Call of Duty Zombies is going to be free to play, I believe, starting today. If not today, starting tomorrow. Free to play. You could download it. You can access it for a whole week. If you never did the Easter egg, you go to youtube.com/WickedGaming. You can watch the Easter egg guide that I created there. You could do it. Hit me up. If I'm around, maybe I'll carry you through the Easter egg. But it's now giving people this experience completely for free. All of the DLC content moving forward is supposedly going to be completely for free. And I just think, I don't know. I think where it started off good, but afterwards it was in a bad place.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have all of this information coming forward that it's going to be, we assume that they want to do what they did with Die Machine, which was take previous assets from Black Ops 4, take a previous map that all zombies fanatics love and adore, and then build upon that. So they took Kino der Toten and they built around it. And now people are assuming that they're going to do something similar with the rest of the DLC maps. And I wanted to get your opinions on, is it a good practice when you reuse assets, when you reuse ideas from previous games, even if you're like essentially revolutionizing the experience moving forward? Because for me, Die Machine was a revolutionary advancement and a step forward in the zombies formula.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's essentially a remake of an old map, but built like layers upon it.
I don't think it's a problem. One thing I want to throw in, Dom like opened a window while we were talking,
yeah,
and it was like super like what? That's what I was thinking in my head, like in like Counter Strike when you get flashbang, like those like memes where it's just like your face is like bright white.
That was me.
But yeah, I mean, for Call of Duty, for instance, right? I don't think reusing assets for them will ever go away. They're always going to reuse things. They're notorious for bringing back like old maps and putting like a little different spin on it, adding a couple different doors. But in the zombies kind of scope right now, I was never a big zombies guy, right? But playing Die Machine with like you and even my friends, right, just fucking around, it was a blast. And I think the reason why I really got grabbed by it is because I was never really a big Easter egg guy. Like I like seeing them get done, but I've never tried to do it. But being in there and like doing it with you and like Nick and I forget who the last person, Kenny maybe.
Kenny and Doug.
Yeah, Kenny and Doug. Yeah,
Kenny and Rick.
Rick. I think Nick did it too the first time. No, maybe. What? It doesn't matter. But like that was super fun to me, just because it was something new and it was obviously a race for people to get it right. I like the whole competition aspect of it, where everyone's kind of on an equal playing field, even though big time creators get tipped off and stuff. But I like having that ability to, like you used to say, like to world first something. I like that
100%.
So like if
I'm contemplating taking that Thursday and Friday off in 2 weeks.
Let's do it again. We'll do it again.
Legitimately, if I should have time available. I should have time available to take off. And if that's the case, I'm 100% doing it. We just need 4 people.
Yeah, I'm 100% down. But yeah, so if they're gonna bring back old assets or reuse old assets, but put a different spin on it in the like Easter egg wise, I'm 100% okay with that. The zombies had really good kind of feedback when it came out from what I've seen. Everyone complained about the multiplayer, but not zombies. From what I've heard, right? People might be complaining like the real zombie connoisseurs.
Well, the biggest complaint was the lack of content. That's that's like the only complaint that we as fucking zombies fans had.
And I think when they hear that, right, even though like people say they don't listen, whatever, but if they know that people are missing something and then they bring more to it, obviously you're going to flock right back to it. I think there's a fine line with how much time in between. It's naive to say because I'm not the one developing it, but if they can get that timing down, it's like, okay, everything's finished. You've gotten your like money's worth out of zombies in 2 weeks. Now there's going to be something new. Like it keeps you there and prepared for it. I think Black Ops Cold War as a whole is starting to make another big push to get more people playing it again in zombies and in multiplayer. First of all, the zombies, the new content comes on February 4th, you said, right?
Correct. That's when Thursday.
Okay, that's when the Call of Duty League starts. So they know that when people start watching that, they're going to go back to the multiplayer, and then they're going to be dropping ranked play. So there's a lot of different things that they're trying to do. They're bringing back old maps from the old Black Ops. I don't know. In Call of Duty, they're always going to reuse old assets. I really enjoyed Black Ops Cold War for the first couple weeks. Obviously, I burnt myself out like I do every other game because I play for 10 hours a day and I get sick of it. But I'm cool with it. I'm 100% cool with it. I'm excited for the zombies portion of it. If you keep me in the loop this time, if not, I could always fuck around and try out my buddies. But I'm all in for it. I'm all in for it.
All we need to do is find 2 other people that confirmed could have those days off, Thursday and Friday off, because it's rumored that the Easter egg is supposed to be significantly more difficult this time. And when that's the case, that's when everything's on a fucking level playing field.
Yeah.
Not when it's super fucking easy. When it's really difficult, that's when everything's even.
That's the thing. It'll never, like I said, it'll never be an even playing field because
more even.
They're in bed with big time content creators. Like Noah's always going to get tipped off on shit before like fucking us. But now you have these up and coming people like Doug and Geeky Pastimes and these people that are like involved. And I think there's like Mr. Dalek who's been around for a while and other people that I'm obviously forgetting. But I don't think we'll be on an equal playing field, but more of an equal playing field than a dumb easy one. Do you think the last one was easy? Would you consider that? Yeah, you would.
Yeah. It was way too fucking easy compared to like the majority of everything else. It was way too easy.
I have a statement and a question. Yes. So I think that I don't think there's any problem with reusing assets. Halo 3 ODST is one of my favorite games ever, and it reused all the assets from Halo 3 and is one of my favorite first-person shooter experiences ever. Red Dead Undead Nightmare, one of the best DLCs of all time. You reused all the assets from Red Dead, and it was basically a standalone game. There was more meat there than some fucking AAA releases don't have as much meat on its bones. And I don't know if that's a zombie pun. But like,
nice.
you know what I'm saying? See,
Nice.
Fucking
Okay,
galaxy brain. Did you see the
I see
neurons
you.
firing?
I see.
So, you know, there are games that reuse assets and do it well, especially for something like zombies. I don't think that this is like some capital offense. I'd be surprised. When I started the topic and I said, you know, people are mad about it, the way you had typed it earlier, I thought that somebody was mad that they were like reusing assets. But this is like, it's one, like, if they're reusing it from previous maps or even from the other one, as long as it's good and as long as it's engaging and it's exciting, like there's a difference between like a rehash and like, you know, and like reusing something. Like they're, you know, chances are if they're making something that looks good or feels good, it should be able to be reused multiple times. If it's just like a throwaway asset that's not going to be, you know, that doesn't have like any sort of like striking visual appearance or like doesn't have that like gripping audio to it, like whatever, regardless of what kind of asset it is, then it's a throwaway. A throwaway is a throwaway. But you know, based on what I've seen, you know, this is a pretty like visually engaging like era of zombies, and it feels like, you know, this is something that more people are invested in it than ever, and especially if they're putting it out for free. You know, I mean, I just feel like if you're gonna get stuck on the assets or something like that, then you're looking a gift horse in the mouth here, and you're gonna get hung up on a, you know, missing a potentially awesome game experience because you don't like that they reused like something. So I think that's fucking stupid. I think you should just play video games and you know, take it for what it is and enjoy it, especially if it's going to be as good as it looks. And honestly, I mean, when it comes to any game, and this goes for like, I mean, Shadowlands just had its world first race for the Castle Nathria raid. I love watching world first stuff. That shit is so fucking good, and I love watching people like their brains just like clicking at a mile a minute. So that brings me to my question. How do you like find an Easter egg? Like, do you just go and like tap buttons on things like on every surface? Like, that's what I want to know.
Bob.
Is like, what is like the deduction process on how do we find this thing? You know, what is the like reasoning that goes into it? Like the strategy. You don't have to share all your secrets, but like, I mean, it's, I don't know how people do it.
People who are familiar with Easter eggs in COD or actively try to world first. I mean, everybody should know the basics, and like the basics always include like the very first step is always going to be turn the power on. That's it. Step number one is always turn the power on. And then what I was telling Chris, Nick, Kenny, and Ricky from Modern Warzone, what I was telling them was the most important thing when you're trying to get hints, when you're trying to figure out in game what the steps are in the Easter egg, is voice lines. So after you turn the power on, so some character's voice line might just click and be like, oh shit, we just turned the power on all over the place. Maybe we should go check that other wing to see if anything popped on. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or like you're walking around after you turn the power on and you see something that looks slightly out of place, and your character might just walk past it and then make a comment. There would be a voice line comment about like, looks like something we might be able to use at some point. I think that is the most important thing to focus on when you're trying to find secrets in an Easter egg or the next steps. Putting those pieces in order is usually the most difficult part, because you can get those voice lines. Usually there's like several things you need to collect, and you could get those voice lines at any given time. So it's putting them in order, which is the actual difficult part. Usually it's not the finding of it. It's the, what do we do with it now? You know? But I always tell what I was telling you guys, and what I tell everybody that I talk to, when I got Philly Mamba through the whole thing, I was explaining to him, most important thing is the voice lines. He was like, you know, I sat down to watch your guide, and then I realized it was 30 minutes as I was 15 minutes into it. And now I'm going to have to come back to it. And I was like, yeah, it's because I wanted to keep the voice lines in so people who want to learn it understand what to be looking for. Yeah. So, for example, in that Easter egg, you turn the atom splitter machine on, and the next voice line is, I wonder what we could use to split an atom. Like, what can we use to split an atom? The boss zombie in the map splits in half by fission. There you go. You put 2 and 2 together. You split the boss zombie underneath the container, and it gets sucked into it. That's the next step. It's following voice lines.
It's a lot, Dom, and like we all know each other, and you know that whenever I don't have to compliment Bob, I won't. He's very good at Easter. I thought it was like so. Bob will claim he like spoiler alert. Bob will claim he's good at a lot of things, but sometimes he's actually not. And like I'm starting to believe that he was actually good at Gears too now because he says that a lot. And he said the same thing about like Easter eggs and zombies. He was like, "Oh, I used to do this shit all the time." In my head, I was like, "Okay, you're like just trying to like whatever, figure it out on the fly and act like you're good at it." We got in, he already knew what to do. He's like, "Okay, you got to wait here. There's gonna be like a hammer that pops up. Then we're gonna have to go down here, put the power on." I didn't know what the power was. I was like, "Where's the power?" You got to pack a punch 3 times, and then there's gonna be people dancing with a casket on their shoulders, shoot these orbs in the air. I was like, "Yeah, fucking just tell me what to do. I'll do it." But he was good at it.
People don't believe me when I say I almost world first 2 maps. The first one was Die Rise in Black Ops 2. The only person that beat us, I believe, was Noah J. And we were 2 steps ahead of him. We were on the last step. But I was playing with a bunch of fucking Brits, and they said, we gotta go to bed. We're so far ahead of everybody else, nobody's gonna catch up. We went to sleep. I woke up 4 hours later, they all completed it. We would have had the world first. It was that simple. But circumstance. I'm not hung up on it, but we legitimately. This was like the advent before streaming was huge. You know what I'm saying? This was Xbox 360 days where they had to record everything externally, and then we had to like review it, or they were reviewing it. One person would be reviewing it while we were still trying to figure it out. And like we legitimately, this is not a fucking lie. This is not me blowing smoke up my own ass. We should have world first at that. We should have been the first people in the world to complete that. And I think Buried might have been the next one, the last one in Black Ops 2.
You're hung up on it still. I don't want to. You're 100% still hung up on it. You punch the air so hard once a week just thinking about it.
I'll tell you why I am fucking hung up on it, okay? Because NZXT or NGXT Zombies, some fucking short Canadian dude who used to make Call of Duty Zombies content, his fucking YouTube channel's dead now. He doesn't make anything anymore. We reached out to him. We sent it to Noah first, and we said, "Hey, this is where we're at." He never answered us. We sent it to the other dude, NZXT or NGXT, I can't remember. But NGXT Zombies, we sent it to him. That dude he was like, "You guys fucking data mine shit. You guys you're cheating. You're getting out of fucking, you're what's it called? No glitch or some shit like that. The fucking thing where you could fly out of bounds."
Oh, yeah. I don't know what it's called, but I know what you mean.
I can't remember what it's called either. But he was like, "Yeah, you guys are fucking cheating." We're like, "Dude, we're trying to help you. Like, you clearly have a platform. We don't even stream. We don't even make videos. We're just doing this for fun."
That's one big thing too about like the Call of Duty Easter egg like world. Obviously, everything on the internet when it comes to content, it's very like who can do it first type shit. But like watching Doug or Rick, whatever the fuck his name is, like I used to watch him streaming things before we were even like cool with one another. And he used to like go into someone's chat and be like, "If you need help, let me know. This is a community thing, is what it is." And they used to like pull him in, and he used to be on a Discord call talking to people and helping each other. And a lot of those like zombie Easter egg hunters, they'll always be like, "This is a community thing." And when there's like teasers that drop for like the new Call of Duty, everyone works together on it. And it's really cool. It's like brings the community together for that short amount of time.
I did want to add one more thing too, because Dom was saying it's not just a reused asset for Die Machine. It's the original map, but they built literally 3 layers on top of it. Like there's a basement, there's a complete outside section. There's a whole, it's not just the original map. It's a whole map created around the original map. Mm-hmm. And that's what people are assuming will be the rest of the DLC content. Maybe not a completely original idea, but if they take a previous map and then they build upon it, I'm all for it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that at all.
I was going to ask you guys, what do you think was a good game with a reused asset? And Dom said Red Dead Redemption, Undead Nightmare, and that was my only answer. That was the only answer I had. I didn't need anything else.
That was really good. Yeah.
Thank you for fielding that one, Pro Skater. So that was an amazing question and answer. And hey, I agree because I've been thinking about that forever. Like when you guys were doing the initial like world first thing, I'm like, what is the process? Like what? How do you even like? Do you just go and like see if there's any like cues to like hit like a button?
Yeah, you can.
Well, they studied the old map. They went into like the old map and they were looking around. So there's stuff like that you do, but
I can talk about COD Zombies ad nauseum. I could go all fucking night. That's the thing. I could talk about it forever. And it's like fucking. I'm trying to think. Like Game of Thrones. I could talk about Game of Thrones ad nauseum.
Oh yeah.
I could talk about COD Zombies forever.
I wish I could go all night. Maybe that's why I'm single.
Yeah, it's overrated.
Yeah.
You know,
live fast, die young.
That's right. Absolutely. Leave a large casket. So, speaking of all that, and things that might be potentially overrated, we've had a lot of streaming services that have been, jockeying for attention. YouTube gaming has been kind of really showing out lately and has made a lot of headlines. There's been a lot of big moves there. There's been a lot of big content creators making some waves. Chris, would you like to enlighten us a little bit on what is going on that side of the internet street?
Yeah, so it's short and sweet. And the reason why this came to my head was because I think it was like 2 days ago, YouTube Gaming announced that they implemented I don't know if they officially announced it. I just found it like on the back end where you're able to actually like host or raid another channel, which is obviously a functionality of Twitch. So in the whole rat race of streaming services, obviously Mixer's dead, right? And you have your Facebook right now, Twitch and YouTube and DLive, which is like a farce. But we always talked about what was it going to take for something to take over Twitch. And in my opinion, I think Twitch is in a very bad spot right now too. I feel like they can't get out of their own way with a lot of shit. There's been like in the past couple weeks, particular, there's been a lot of shit that went on with like the whole PogChamp emo and then like Twitch rivals and the DMCA thing and people like losing all their followers. That happened today randomly. The kid lost like tens of thousands of followers. He's a partner. And just like a lot of things where I think there's a lack of transparency when it comes to the platform we're on now, which is Twitch. But it seems like YouTube seems to be doing all the right things. Fwiz, who is like the head of YouTube Gaming, literally cannot miss right now with shit that he does. And I think the big thing is they are able to be a smaller streaming platform and look at the bigger one and see everything that they're doing wrong and kind of one up it. The hours that YouTube, I think it was like YouTube had, it was like 10 billion hours watched on like gaming content. Twitch was like 1.7. Granted, that takes into consideration like videos and stuff like that. But I want to open up to you guys. What do you think YouTube has to do right now to actually start pulling a lot of people off? Granted, there are people that are already over there. They got the Doc bag, they got the Valkyrie bag, Courage, probably a lot more than I'm not thinking of right now. In my opinion, I think the next step for them to really be a player in the game, a lot of people talk about their UI. I don't mind it. I think they need a clipping system. I think once they get the ability to live clip a stream, things are really going to start turning and people are going to actually start looking over there. I don't think Facebook's in the race yet. I know there are people that are getting good deals to go and stream there, but there's not many people that I've seen made the jump. Like King Richard was a Fortnite streamer on Twitch. I don't really keep up with him too much anymore, but he was pretty well known on Twitch. He got some good numbers, and I haven't really heard much from him since he went over to Facebook. But then on the other side of the coin, you have like the Warzone streamer Z-Laner, who ended up meeting Doc and absolutely popped off, going to get signed by 100 Thieves in the near future. It keeps teasing it. I know it's happening. But what do you think that YouTube has to do, or what is YouTube doing right now that's making it more desirable, Bert?
Oh, that's easy. What's making YouTube so much more desirable is the fact that Twitch is literally on a daily basis shooting themselves in both feet every single day. They roll out of bed, they put their slippers on, they fucking take their gun out, they cock it back, and they just bang, bang right into both of their feet. And then they just like Ace Ventura. That's every single day. Every single day they fucking do it.
Yeah.
And that's and then after they're fucking hobbling out of bed, they put earmuffs on, and then they put eye blinders on, and they ignore what everybody is trying to, compel towards them.
Mhm.
Hey, use this idea. Granted, they are using the new PogChamp idea, which is good in theory. However, in implementation, they're using a lot of questionable streamers' PogChamp emotes, and a lot of people are upset about it. So good on them for listening, bad on them for actually executing it poorly.
Right.
So Twitch does it to themselves every single fucking day. They, like you said, they can't get out of their own way. They fucking do this to themselves. All they have to do is take a couple steps back, be a little more vocal and transparent with their community, which they aren't, which they continue to claim they will be. They haven't, they aren't, they're not going to be. What YouTube has going for it is the problem is you don't see there's no drama.
No.
You're never seeing the drama from them. That's the thing. There's drama every single day on Twitch. Every single day. YouTube is like a fucking euphoria compared to Twitch. Maybe it's grass is greener on the other side. Who the fuck knows? We haven't tried YouTube.
It's like people are just having a great time over there. No one's
Always.
upset.
Yeah, I feel like
always
the like Squidward out the window meme when he's like seeing everybody like running around.
Yeah.
Everybody just seems happy. But for a mechanic that I think they should implement that I genuinely think would pull people from Twitch, I can't remember what it was called on Mixer, but there was a whole system in place where you could watch like you could watch like a random streamer playing like Fortnite, and they're in the top 10 or something like that. I can't remember what the name of that system was.
I know what you mean.
But Mixer had that. And that was the one thing, in my opinion, that
Hype
really
Zone.
separated them.
Hype
What was
Zone,
it called?
yeah.
Hype Zone. YouTube. You, one, implement a clipping system like Chris said. Two, Hype Zone. You put in the fucking Hype Zone, dude, there's going to be a million. You're going to have so many more people watching that because nobody else is doing it. That was
the red zone for fucking
Exactly.
for streaming. Yeah.
That was the best thing that Mixer had for it, and Mixer's fucking gone now. All you, YouTube,
Right.
take it over.
That's actually a sick idea. And so one thing I want to throw in before Dom, you go, just kind of about the whole Twitch not being able to get out of their own way thing. One of the funniest things I've seen, it happened in the past 2 weeks, I want to say, where Nick Merckx, which is obviously a juggernaut on this platform, he was on the front page because he had like a Twisted Tea sponsorship. So they like pushed all those to the front page. It was like him, Swag, and a couple other people. And I remember they got hacked on in a game, and he was on the front with the hacker, and he ended up finding that hacker was also streaming on Twitch at the same time. So Nick pulled up that stream on his stream, and it was literally the first thing you could see on Twitch. And it was Tim. Tim was in there too, which is obviously another beast. And they're just talking. It was like, is Twitch going to do anything? Nick like went on the phone and like called his guy, and Nick ends up looking at his chat. He goes, "There's like 5 staff members in here. What are you guys doing? Like, do something." And they were just sitting in there. It was so fucking funny. Dom, what do you think?
I accidentally pressed the wrong key, and I think I just tweeted something from the WGG account. Anyway,
Go like and retweet it.
Yeah, hey, absolutely. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Here's what I think about this. Is I completely agree with what Bob was saying earlier. It's not so much what YouTube's doing, it's what they're not doing that Twitch is doing. Like, they just gotta sit there and just, like, look out their window and watch Twitch roll out of bed, grab a gun, and just shoot themselves in both foot every fucking day. And then YouTube gaming is just like, yep. Yeah, we're probably not going to do that.
No.
That's it. They're, like, for such a new media, like, for such a new avenue, and granted, like, this, this has been around for years now, but it still is in its infancy, I think, like, streaming and things like that. Like, in 10, 15, 20 years, it's going to look completely different. But, like, for such a new, like, media stream or like content platform, there's no like handbook right? Like there's nobody like holding hands, and for Twitch to be like the foremost one, they have to be the most careful. They have to walk on the most eggshells, and they're also going to have to, unfortunately, they're going to have to, capitulate to the majority, the people who are screaming at them the most, to be like, we don't want you to do this. But that's going to make them, I think they're going to over course correct, just like they have been. They've been over course correcting for a very long time and making some dumb business decisions that has turned a lot of people off and has pushed a lot of people away. I feel like every other day there's somebody who's gone to YouTube or Facebook or whatever. Shout out to Ricky, Modern Warzone, who started streaming on Facebook Gaming. I personally will not do that because I don't want like my aunts to like comment on my gaming streams. But again, they just have to sit there and like let them fuck up. It's Twitch's game to lose. Like, to use like a sports term, like it's their game to lose. Like all they have to do is continue being sloppy with their policies, being inconsistent, with their banning strategies, like, being just overall weird with some of the ways that they announce things. And granted, like this is like 2 or 3 companies having a money fight. Like this is Amazon and Google. This isn't just Twitch and YouTube. It's Amazon and Google, who are 2 of the biggest fucking companies on earth. Like, and you can even put in Facebook for Facebook Gaming in there, and they're the little guy, which is weird in this fight. But like, these are the biggest companies on earth, and they're trying to make this gaming thing work. So it like there's no real like underdog in this scenario, because like if YouTube Gaming goes belly up, it's like, oh no, like whoever the CEO of Google is can only afford like 1 elevator in his plane this year. Like it's not like that.
Oh no, we only have all the videos. Oh my god, like they still have video on demand or whatever VOD stands for.
We only have like the largest. Yeah, we only have the largest video bank on the internet. Yeah, I don't know. I just
that's another question. Should you think Twitch would be able to pull that off?
Pull what off? Like to kill YouTube?
No way.
Absolutely not.
So not to kill them, but to like kind of push further ahead. Do you think that they would have some sort of video hosting instead of just like past broadcasts and shit like that? Should they allow people to upload their videos onto there?
No,
they can't, dude. They can't even regulate streams or past broadcasts,
or keep the website up,
dude. Or keep the website up for more than 48 hours. They can't fucking manage videos, like curated videos. Now they can't fucking do what they're trying to do.
Oh, this fucking platform, as we're on it right now, twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming if you're listening to this on the pre-recorded.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I mean, and listen, there's always going to be something like exciting that somebody implements. But I think, listen, if Twitch or YouTube implements like a hype zone type thing, I think we gotta, that's a cool, that's fucking cool.
It's a discoverability standpoint too. Think of that.
It's a good system. It's such a good system. That was the only thing. Whenever I go hang out with my cousins, Chris 2 and Christina, when Mixer was a thing, we would just get drunk and watch Hype Zone shit. That's what we would do. We would just turn on his Xbox. Because Twitch was so poorly implemented on an Xbox One at that time, you're basically forced to watch Mixer. Mm-hmm. And we would just sit there and watch the fucking Hype Zone. And then you see somebody in a fucking 1v4 in Fortnite just built, crazy fucking building boxes around them, skyscrapers up around them in 2 seconds. And then you see like, on their screen, Hype Zone with 485 people viewing, and they're like, all right. And then they have to fucking turn it on. And dude, it's so cool. It's such a cool idea.
Honestly, it's probably one of the best ideas that has existed on these platforms. I don't get why no one has implemented that yet. I know that there's more that goes on from a development side of things, but think of it from what I was going to say is like discoverability too, where to qualify for Hype Zone, you have to have a small set of like parameters that you have to meet. And think of if you're watching a game that not a lot of people play and all you know is Dom and 3 other people stream World of Warcraft, and they pull majority of the viewers, and then there's like 1 viewer, 2 viewer Andes for the rest of the 50 pages. What if you can still do that? So as you're watching Dom and Dom's just kind of doing something, whatever, a no-name streamer pops up that is in a Hype Zone moment. You pop over there and you get introduced to someone new. because discoverability is a huge thing that people complain about. It's so oversaturated on Twitch and of course YouTube as well. But like, it's very difficult for someone to just pop on with no like following elsewhere and start pulling people. You know what I mean? So something like that would definitely help.
Yeah, 100%. I think that like, you know, each platform is really like one big, you know, like dynamic feature away from you know, turning some tides. I'm sure that like Twitch still has the far and away like biggest share of you know, of active users. I think that there's a lot of people who are probably just like fed up with the favoritism and things like that with Twitch. I think that there's a lot of people who see, and it's plain to see like the success that some folks have had on YouTube. Personally, I think that, you know, YouTube is still kind of like cringe, and that it's just a lot of like people who are like tryhards or like clickbait artists or whatever, and that makes me not want to be a part of it. You know, but then again, like YouTube gaming is a little bit different. I mean, they have things a little bit more segmented. You know, that's focused on the content and not so much just like who can get something up first and have like the most outrageous fucking thumbnail so that people click on it.
I don't give a fuck. If you're throwing the YouTube bag at me, my headline will be, I died in this video.
That's not the question.
Like,
I mean, that,
I pass away at the end of this video. At the end, I'm like, Twitch for the money.
Twitch shot me out of a cannon over to YouTube headquarters.
Yeah.
Here's the video.
At the end, it's just like stick figures that I made on the computer. I don't give a fuck. If you're throwing millions of dollars at me that these YouTubers get, I will do whatever you want. If I have to flash cornhole on my videos, I'll happily do that.
That's not the question. If the question is, hey, what's the most ridiculous thing that you would do for a fucking bag at one of these streaming companies?
Anything. There's not many things I wouldn't do.
Yeah, no, I do not have.
No. If I wasn't guaranteed death, I would do whatever you told me to do for that.
If I was guaranteed death, I would do it right now. Dude, true. You know what YouTube really needs though? They need an active system in which you could find people live streaming. That's another thing that they haven't really implemented. So you log on to Twitch, you could just browse games and who's playing it live. When you go into YouTube, there's no like separate thing you could click on to be like, who's live streaming right now? And if they're live streaming, who's playing what? Or like, can I browse this game? Can I browse Apex Legends and watch all 6 people who still play that game play it?
Yeah.
You know, like they don't have that yet. And that I think is that's like the next big integration for them. Probably that's probably going to be the next step, that and clipping. And then God, please give them the hype zone. Give somebody the fucking hype zone because it's so fucking entertaining to watch.
You know, we should just develop a website called The Hype Zone and do that. Nah, it's kind of like whack, that name. I don't like the name. We could switch it up.
Excitement section.
Yeah, it's a PG website. The Excitement Center.
The Admiration Room.
Admiration Station.
I kind of
Admiration Station.
That's sick. That's a website. Fuck the podcast.
Oh my God. And you know what's fucking easy? We sell it to PlayStation. PlayStation's Admiration Station.
I mean, we made it, boys.
I need to buy a horse. I need to buy a horse so I can ride it right to Sony now.
We are going to cut it here and go to the patent office. So we'll see you guys next time. No, but seriously. So speaking of pipe dreams, and speaking of things that have yet to come but might, there's been a lot of big partnerships announced over the last week. Lucasfilm Games is the new home for all Lucasfilm properties related video games. We thought it was just limited to Star Wars, and then Bethesda came out of the fucking clouds and announced the partnership with Machine Games and Lucasfilm Games to release the first original Indiana Jones story video game in many, many years. The last one, I think, was for Xbox 360, and it stunk, so we're not even going to count that. So let's just say it's the first one ever. So having, known all that, we've had tons and tons over the last couple of years that we've had lots of big licensed partnerships with different developers. And I know that we've talked about this in various ways. We've talked about, what's your dream franchise and developer combo. But I want to segment this to mainly like a licensed thing. So like a movie, a TV show, some sort of existing property, some sort of comic book, any sort of like licensed franchise. There's going to be a video game for it. who's the developer, what would be your kind of like dream matchup, and if you really want to make things interesting, let's say it doesn't already have a video game right now. I don't know if either of you have something at top of mind.
I do, 100%.
All right, Chris, go. Let's hear it.
I want a Sons of Anarchy video game developed by Rockstar.
Okay, all right.
That would be badass, just like a GTA with all bikers. I know they have like DLCs and shit for that.
Like the
but I want
like the Lost and the Damned.
Yeah, but I want like the cast. I want Charlie Hunnam. I want Bobby. I want Tiggy, not you, but in the show there's a Tiggy, Opie. Like, I want all the boys in there. Obviously, like give them different names if you want, but you know exactly who they are. Because if you know Sons of Anarchy, you know those people. And in my eyes, there's no one better to develop it than Rockstar. If it's not that, then maybe like a game with a kid in a boarding school. Maybe he gets kicked out of the house, has to go to boarding school. GTA-ish. I think Rockstar. No, maybe like Balls likes fighting people. Jimmy Hopkins, his name could be something like that. I don't know. Skips class a lot.
A franchise, no, a licensed property that already exists, like a movie, a TV show, a comic book, something like that. Ooh, like a Matilda
I'm sure there's a
video
movie.
game. Steve
Matilda
just said in the
would
chat,
be good.
Matilda, developed by Rockstar.
Slow down, you're an animal. I love that movie. You got to go to the chokey and like break out. That'd be sick.
Oh, okay.
I would like that.
All right. He goes, oh man, I'm clapping. Bob, what do you think?
I always go back to The Thing and how I want it to be a Telltale franchise. But I fucking worn that one out at this point. And What Culture Gaming keeps stealing my idea every time I talk about The Thing, so suck my dick from the back. So I'm going to have to say, because I'm a huge horror fan, I want to see a Hellraiser game.
Ooh.
Relatively niche horror franchise. I want to see a Hellraiser game created by the Outlast developers Red Barrels, where you don't fight back, you just run through hellscapes and you try to fucking maneuver around countless hellscapes. That's all I wanted it to be. There was a game that came out, I believe 2 years ago called Agony, which was supposed to be similar to that, but nothing to do with Hellraiser. And it was apparently horrible. I reached out to them for a review code. They never got back to me. I think I won in that exchange. But yeah, Hellraiser, I want it to be done by Red Barrels, the developers for Outlast. I don't want to be able to fight back. I want a game where you don't fight back. You just explore these vast hellscapes and you just have to survive.
I like that. I also like how Bob has a pen in his hand right now. It's like he's really here, just following along. Oh, it's a vape? I thought it was a pen. Oh,
I mean,
it's
it's
a
a
pen.
pen. It's a pen. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That sounds like it would be way too spooky for me to play personally, but I definitely appreciate the thought. Personally, I would like to see somebody else take a crack at the Warriors. Rockstar had probably one of my favorite co-op games of all time in The Warriors, the game, which basically like took place before, during, and after the events of the movie. Which I thought was one of the coolest fucking games of all time. It was for like the original Xbox and PS2, I think. And like the couch co-op was so goddamn good. And Rockstar did an awesome job. I mean, they were probably the ideal, I'd say probably the ideal company to do that. I would really like to see like a sequel, or maybe even a prequel that is in that same world, kind of same gang, same setting. And I would say like give me that with like Insomniac, and give me like a grittier kind of like was Infamous Insomniac, or was it Sucker Punch?
I think it was Insomniac.
Yeah, Insomniac. Give me like a gritty, like still an open world thing, but a little bit more freeform, because the Warriors I think was like a hybrid. There was some open world hubs, but it was mainly like level based. So give me like a true open world thing where like there's gangs everywhere. Just give me like Saints Row with a, you could even give it to 2K and give me like Saints Row with a Warriors coat of paint. I would love to see that, but like darker, more gritty, like, 80s New York, like graffiti focused, like all hand-to-hand combat. There's no guns in, or there are some guns in the Warriors game, but basically if you get shot, like you're dead. So I would love to see that, like a real like hand-to-hand combat focused, melee focused, open world game. Set in that era. I think that for me, like, or Rockstar could just give me an HD remake of the Warriors. I'd be totally fine with that. But otherwise, give me Insomniac to take over, because I think that would be fucking incredible. I don't even care if it's an exclusive. I would buy a console.
Can I throw those? I want to throw a little sprinkle into it. I know this has nothing to do with it, but I feel like Humongous Entertainment has to finally give up the rights to Backyard Sports so someone else can start developing them again. That would be phenomenal. Thank you. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
No problem. No problem at all. No problem at all.
I mean, no problem. This is a problem. Give it up. Pablo Sanchez has been locked away for decades. Mikey Thomas, Keisha Phillips, Ahmed Khan, Pete Whaler, they're all locked up. Let them out. They just want to play baseball and basketball, for fuck's sake.
And the lockout.
Pissed now. That ruined my night. I should have never said that. I'm very upset.
The lockout. Also, I would take give me like a retro like beat 'em up developer to give me like a Karate Kid or like Cobra Kai video game. The series on Netflix is so fucking good, and it's just got my wheels turning about like all these all these retro kind of fighting games where it's all like martial arts based anyway. And it's, I mean, the Cobra Kai series is just children beating the shit out of each other for 20 minutes at a time, and it's excellent. It's great television, and I would love to see a developer take that on and make that into a video game, because I'm sure that the primary audience for that show is like 30 and up year olds who have like seen the Karate Kid and care about it. Me, I don't really care. Like I said on like the last episode, I don't really care about the Karate Kid canon. But I think it's something that deserves a video game. I think that would be kind of cool. I don't want to see like NetherRealm do it. But I would also like to see NetherRealm do like a Marvel fighting game. They've already done DC, obviously, with Injustice. I don't know if Marvel or Disney would let them go that dark. But I think it would be kind of cool to see them go a little on the darker end with some of those heroes and villains, and let them really beat the fuck out of each other. Give me like a Marvel Zombies fighting game.
Vice versa. You give Mortal Kombat license to Rocksteady to make it into a Batman-esque type of game.
Ooh, a little like Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks 2, but developed by Rocksteady.
Exactly. But playable.
I like that. I like the first game.
I did too, but I was a kid when I was playing it. It was just too hard for me.
Hey, Tomahawk Jack, thank you for the one gifted sub. Appreciate that.
King.
Thank you, brother. And Fiona, thank you for the resub as well. You guys are great.
Thank you.
Queen.
Thank you. All right, so we are coming up on the hour. I would love, and if you guys don't mind, and please feel free to tell me if you do, to check up on some voicemails.
I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah.
All right. If you haven't done this already, if you haven't been around just yet, 617-701-7678. It's the WGG Internet Dad Sauce Line. You can leave a message. We'll respond live on the show as long as it doesn't get us TOS'd. It can be a compliment, a roast, a topic suggestion, relationship advice, whatever you want. WGG Internet Dad Sauce Line, 617-701-7678. First caller, what do you got?
Hey guys, it's me, C2D2, just calling the Internet Dad Sauce Line to ask some questions about this new Lucasfilm gaming development this week. So I'm really just curious, kind of an open-ended question for you guys. I'm curious as to what your hopes are, but also what are you concerned about? Like, what are you worried that could go wrong with all these new developments and new games being released in the Star Wars franchise? So, yeah, that's about it. So may the force be with you. Bye!
Thank you, Fiona. Great voicemail. Appreciate that. Bob, you're like the expert on games, being released before they're done. So what could possibly go wrong? What are you excited about, but what could go wrong with all these upcoming releases?
Board pressure, making too early of an announcement, caving into the fandom, for sure. Just tell them to shut the fuck up. There needs to be a development company a publisher that comes forward and is just like, shut up. I don't want your fucking input. Shut up. You're going to buy the game. You're either going to buy the game anyway. If you're complaining, you're either 100% buying the game or you're 100% not buying the game. You're not in that fringe in between. This is something that people don't realize. The most vocal people that complain the most, they're either 100% buying the game regardless of how it comes out, or they're 100% not buying the game.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them can shut the fuck up because they're still buying the game.
Yep.
Let developers work on their franchises. Let them finish games. Stop pressuring them to release things that aren't finished. Board members, all you 65-year-old fucking assholes that don't know what you're talking about when it comes to video games, take the dollar signs off of your eyeballs, okay? Go speak to the teams that are working on these things, get realistic expectations, and stop pushing this. Just let developers develop. It's that simple. I spoke to my dude, I posted it on Twitter. My girlfriend is the biggest
That was a great tweet.
Dude,
it was good.
My girlfriend is the biggest Harry Potter nerd I've ever met. Hands down. Okay? She is a relatively casual gamer, but she still plays a ton of video games. She doesn't play multiplayer games because she doesn't like the fucking pressure of it. She has been asking me about Hogwarts Legacy since it got announced. So I like to keep her up to date on video games that she's interested in. It gets delayed. I text her and I tell her, hey, it got delayed. And she gives me the most wholesome response I've ever seen anybody fucking say to a franchise and a game that she's dying to play. She said, well, I guess it's better that they finish it instead of releasing a rushed out product. Are you fucking kidding me? She's not a die-hard gamer, but she's a die-hard fucking Harry Potter fan. And she can put together, why don't we just release a finished product? These people are breaking their backs to finish these fucking games. Go fuck yourself if you're a person that's bitching. If you bitched that Cyberpunk 2077 got delayed and then you bought it anyway, because of course you're going to fucking buy it anyway, because all you're going to do is bitch about it. Fuck you. You're an idiot. Okay? It's that simple. You're a fucking idiot.
That story with, obviously I believe you, Bob. I'm not saying that with the story, but obviously the news and shit, right? Where people will post something like, oh my God, my 2-year-old nephew just watched what happened on the news and he's bawling his eyes out. It's fake. It sounds like that, but obviously it's not, just because she's a diehard Harry Potter fan.
My 6-month-old just walked into the room and said, can't we all just focus on the one race, the human race? Wow. Just wow.
Completely unprovoked.
Unprovoked.
Dude, completely unprovoked. I give her updates on games she's interested in. I told her Hogwarts Legacy got pushed back, and maybe she thought that there was a fucking camera somewhere, that there was a hidden camera, and she
Bob had cue cards in front of her going, type this, type that. But yeah, I have to agree with that. I think so. I'll air it out again just so people don't think I'm bullshitting. I've never watched a Star Wars game in my life, and I probably don't plan on. Just not my cup of tea. Never got into it. Never probably will. But with something along those lines, with the fandom is so hardcore, and they live and die by it. They love it. They talk about it any chance they can. The worst thing you could possibly do is get someone's hopes up in a situation like this and then just put something out that's complete dog shit. I think that you put it back in the oven for as long as it possibly needs to be in. And once it's at a nice medium rare and it's ready to come out, then you can say okay, it's here. Don't announce it tomorrow. The whole Indiana Jones thing. Whatever, we don't know. I hope that's great. It sounds incredible. An Indiana Jones video game with a new storyline sounds great. All in. Would love to play that. But I think when it comes to the games that they're going to be developing, the worst thing you can do is get people's hopes up and then just have it crashing down. But I can't really speak too much on it just because I'll probably try the games, but I'm not going to go out of my way for a lot of them. Dom, the man of the hour, the man of this question, the man that's been on top of this shit since it was announced. What do you think, pal?
Listen, I'm on top of shit. Okay, so I completely can already tell you that here's what's going to happen. And I don't like that I have to say this. But exactly what Bob said, let the developers develop. Don't let the fans control it. There's going to be problems. They're going to say, the first game that comes out is going to have someone with blue hair, and they're going to be like, oh, well, canonically, that species doesn't actually have blue hair. They're actually more earth tones, and like that. There's just going to be too much. There's just going to be too much. There's going to be too much. I have said this a million times. If you do not work at Lucasfilm or Disney or whatever, you don't own.
Or you're not George Lucas.
You do not have a say on what Star Wars characters are. I think what was it? It was the guy that plays Cyborg in the Justice League movie, and he tweeted, "What the fans say is canon is canon." And I almost fucking broke my laptop over my knee because we have officially entered the fucking Twilight Zone for like you don't know.
You are a dollar sign.
You are a fucking ticket number. You're like the little barcode on the ticket at the movie theater. You are not a producer. You're not a director. You're not a writer. You're a fan. And it's your job. I mean, granted, the fans should say, hey, I didn't like that, or I liked that. But you don't get to just fucking form an angry mob and say that this is what I want to happen. This is what I want this character to be, because you don't own that character. They might mean something to you, and they might have like a special place in your heart, and they should. It's important. There's characters in Star Wars and other franchises that mean more to me than some distant cousins. And listen, like I am the biggest like nerd about this shit, and I love certain characters, and they have a special place in my heart, and they're an important part of my life. But I am not so mentally unhinged as to go on Twitter.com and be like, you didn't portray my favorite character the way I wanted to, so I'm boycotting Disney for the rest of my life. If you do that, I want you to pick up a phone, I want you to contact somebody, and I want you to get some help. I do. I mean, because I want the best for you. I mean this. As your internet dad, I want the best for you. And this is what's
I don't. As your other internet dad, I want you to pick up that phone. I want you to call me, and I'm going to set you fucking straight.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, there you go. This is called tough love. Yeah, you call me, I'll come down there, and I will get a running start and slap the jaw off your head. So, listen, here's the deal. This is what I'm afraid of, is fans having too much of a say, and there being too much of an uproar over something, because there will be something, and it'll be like, oh, well, there goes Ubisoft reusing assets from the Division games and saying, they used a gun skin on this, they put it on a blaster or something, they're fucking lazy. They don't care. If it's a good game,
they don't care.
I don't care. It's like, you ever seen that Stephen A. Smith video, and he's like, I'm just gonna say something. We don't care. It's just like, that's where I'm at. If it's a good game and it's a cool experience, I'm gonna play it. I am one of those guys. I'm gonna buy the Star Wars game. I didn't buy Star Wars Battlefront 2 because of the initial controversy around it, but then EA made good on it, and they fixed it, and they made it right, and now it's one of the best Star Wars experiences that you could possibly buy, and you actually don't.
It's free on Epic.
It's free on Epic right now. You don't even actually have to fucking buy it. And I went back because I'm a man of integrity, because I had trashed them in like 4 different blogs. If you work for EA and you listen to this, I'm sorry, but you have to go and look at the website, because ever since then I've posted like 15 more about how goddamn great that game is now.
True.
Because I'm a man of integrity, and I went and I played the game, and I probably got 100 hours in that game now, and it's awesome. It's
tell me it's not a true statement that the most vocal people fall into the category of 100% buying or 100% not buying.
That's 100%
it. It's just people bitching when it doesn't matter what the result is or the outcome is, because it doesn't sway their opinion.
I think
they're
it's even
buy
more
it regardless.
I think it's even more the 100% not buying thing. Like, that was what, like, King David from the Iron Lords podcast, he says that all the time. He's like the biggest like Xbox fan, and like loves to troll PlayStation fans, but he's like, at the end of the day, most of the people that are complaining to me are not buying a PS5. They don't own a PS5 right now. He's like, how many games did you pre-order? Like, how many games did you pick up on day one? And he's like, because I bought, 3 PS5s and I bought all 15 launch titles. You didn't. So where does that leave you? And that's why I love him, because he's
Dave.
like, because you can't prove him wrong. You just say like, oh well, I didn't buy one because my stimulus check didn't hit or whatever. And you just grow up. You're gonna complain on the internet. You're complaining while everybody else is gaming, and that's the difference between being a fucking mental case and being somebody who actually is what they say they are about. And I don't know. I mean,
Don't tweet about it, be about it.
Yeah, exactly. And again,
Well, like, Bob, what you're saying too, like those people, they're like, regardless of if they fall in the lines of gonna buy it or not gonna buy it, those are the type of people that you'll never please regardless.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you do.
you're not going to please them.
No.
Every single, you could 95% of the comments that someone who's 100% going to buy the game, if you do everything that they ask for, they'll find something else to be upset about.
Oh yeah.
It's that simple. It's
Like
just
the
that
fucking
simple.
the case of the game isn't aesthetically pleasing. Like,
Right.
shut up.
Right.
Go to
Exactly.
bed.
Yeah, why is the Disney logo on the bottom left corner instead of the bottom right or something like that? Like, are they trying to tell us
Shut
something?
up.
Yeah.
Go to
Shut
bed.
up.
Quiet.
Shut
Be
up.
quiet.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Be
Call
quiet.
me. Shut up.
What I am looking forward to answer the other half of your question, is some new experiences. I think that the Division games were really good. I happen to really, really like the Division 2, and I thought it fixed a lot of the problems that Division 1 had. But one of the things that it was really missing was just like a story and like characters that I could really get invested in and like want to come back week over week. Like those games, like Destiny, like WoW, like any other like looter shooter that's out there. Actually, those are or like the repeating games. They need to have like a good story and good characters that you give a fuck about or a very addicting gameplay loop to do that. So it's got to be propped up by one of those things. And if you throw a little Star Wars coat of paint on that, you solve that problem immediately, because there's a universe that we care about. There's characters that we want to see. And I don't give a shit if it's the most repetitive game ever made, because chances are the music, the setting, the tone, the characters, the story, like all that stuff is going to carry it. So I'm really looking forward to what it comes out with. And let me see what's going on. We got 2 more voicemails, so let's get to the next one.
Yo, what is up, guys? It's your faraway degenerate Tiggy here. What's going on? Host Master General Papa Dom absolutely frying. We got the great-looking sad boy in his black hoodie currently, Chrissy P. And then we have you guys look great. Hope it's a fantastic night. Obviously, Chris, I would love your way too early prediction for the CDL. Now that that's somewhat been announced to an extent. As well as, keeping on the Call of Duty, we got a little roadmap. We got Express, which was the Black Ops 2 map, coming in some point, I think February 4th, into Cold War. So keeping on that, a lot of remakes get thrown into the Call of Duty games. It's almost sickening how much, they're afraid to put out new maps. So, just a little hypothetical. What map would you create if you could, and you can use like any sort of other video games you've ever played to make it? Right off the top, I'd love a little dwarven mine under Falador, S&D. A lot of stalagmites falling down, crushing you. A lot of rocks to hide behind. Throw the bomb site near the Mythical War. Dr. Bomb knows what I'm talking about. Just want to hope you guys are doing well. Love you guys. Peace.
That's a good question.
I wish I could just like bottom up Tiggy's energy and be able to use that. If I can have one map, like a map in Call of Duty using a different game's assets, was that
or
right?
like using a different properties, like we were saying, talking about licensing. He used a Lord of the Rings reference, for a map.
Yep.
So,
oh,
easy. Wait. I got this. Mortal Kombat, but with Game of Thrones locations.
Ooh.
So you get like the Dragon's Pit.
Ooh.
You get where the fuck did the Viper and the Mountain fight?
Oh my god, I can like paint you a picture of it. It's
exactly.
It was at the Red Keep. It was just like, I can't remember the name of like that arena. It was probably called the Ring of Blood or Pit of Blood or something like that. It was King's Landing. It was at the Red Keep, but I can't remember like
Bring a bunch of Game of Thrones locations. Put them into anything. Put them into literally anything. I don't care what the fuck it is. Mortal Kombat makes sense because, you fight in an arena. But anything, Game of Thrones, sure. All for it.
I'll do you one
I'm
better.
having a tough time with this. Yeah, you go.
Soul Calibur, because it's like all weapon-based combat, and you could have like the different Valerian steel swords in there, you know what I mean? So my, if we're still doing this mashup thing, give me Titanfall 2, but put it in any map from the Grand Theft Auto series so that you can like smash buildings and like be running off of the top of fucking skyscrapers.
Oh, wait, do you mean like what Crackdown 3 was supposed to be?
Yes. But yeah, Titanfall 2 is the best first-person shooter ever made. Don't make me tap the sign. Chris, what do you got?
I don't know. Like my mind is frozen at the moment. I'm trying to think of what type of like settings would go good in a Call of Duty game, but they've pretty much done everything. All my mind goes to when it thinks of like a newer Call of Duty map, we haven't really gotten a yacht type map since Hijacked. So I like the whole like being in a confined space on a boat, and then obviously COD 4 had the hell was it? I forget the name, but like the really dark one on the boat. But I'm gonna have to take a backseat on this one and think it over for the next, because I'm having a tough time thinking of a certain setting that would fit well in Call of Duty. Yeah, just move on. I'll come back to it.
Cool. I think it would also be cool to see like in COD. I mean, I feel like in like Halo, there's usually like some pretty wide open maps, like your blood gulches, your coagulations, where there's just a lot of space to just like shoot downrange at people. Like there's not a whole lot of places to hide. You basically just have to like outgun your opponent. So I would love to see just put like coagulation in the next COD game or something like it, and just have it be. I mean, Rust is probably the closest thing that I can think of, where it's just wide open air and there's just nowhere to hide really. I mean, there are places to hide, but like there's not a whole lot of places to camp. Like you just got to be good.
Well, Tom, great news. It's in Fortnite.
True.
Hey, that's fucking.
Yeah, see, I do agree with that, because I think that like in certain Call of Duties, MW2 had a map where I'm so bad at the map names, but it was a wide open one pretty much. It was like a couple houses in the back, and then in the middle there was a tunnel that would split out 4 ways. But it was a big sniping map, like on both sides. There wasn't many places you could hide. I think Call of Duty lacks that nowadays on like a smaller scale, because everyone finds every nook and cranny to kind of hide in. But I would want something like that. I just don't know the exact place, because you gotta be smart about it, because you can't have it be too dark and like too woodsy, because people are gonna blend in. Or maybe like some sort of a map where it's like that, but everyone has to wear the same type of like operator skin and it's like white, so you can't really hide anywhere. That'd be something cool.
Tiggy said when I was talking about Game of Thrones in Mortal Kombat, he said RuneScape. How about we just get a fucking Game of Thrones MMO? Huh? Crazy thoughts, huh? Crazy fucking thoughts.
True.
That was gonna be one of my answers for the whole like commingling with a company. I was gonna say like an actual good Game of Thrones game.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Any more voicemails,
yeah,
Dominic?
last voicemail. Hold on one second. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, WGG fam and founding fathers? It's your boy JB Genesis. Just calling in real quick to say I hope everyone's having a wonderful week so far. Hope everyone's having a great month. Let's go 2021. No question this week. Just want to make sure you call your mom and tell her you love her. All right, guys. Peace.
Good man, JB.
Thanks, JB. You
Truly.
absolutely should do that. You should do that.
You're a good dude. Tell people you love them. Always tell people you love them.
Absolutely.
Make that a normal thing in 2021. Tell the homies you love them. Tell your family you love them. Kiss your homies. Hug your homies from 6 feet away, of course, until this is over with. I can't wait till we don't have to be 6 feet apart anymore. I'm gonna tell Bob I love him. Then we're gonna make out. I'm gonna push him against the skee ball machine. It's gonna be phenomenal, like kings.
It's like keep liking my tweets. We're gonna end up like this, and it's like the dude against the fucking like.
It's like Bob Holdman.
No, I totally agree, JB, and just to echo what Chris said, yeah, I mean, listen, we spent the whole last year being fucking miserable, right? Like, tell somebody you love them, tell the homie you love them.
I disagree. I thought I performed pretty well in 2020.
So same. Like, I feel like I did well in 2020. I mean, we got a house, we like, I got a new job, I feel pretty good. And I've almost have some sort of like survivor's guilt kind of, or like something like that, just because it was a pretty shitty year overall. And there was still a lot of bad things that happened. There were still some good milestones, but a lot of bad fucking shit and a lot of misery. And, basically the whole fabric of society as we know it degrading into fucking madness. But the moral of the story is, tell somebody you love them. And, tell somebody you appreciate them, because, life's too short. And, honestly, it's something that we should be doing more often. And we say it all the time. I mean, we were always showing a lot of love on here. And that's what I love about this fucking show. And you absolutely should. So it's a great reminder, JB. I'm glad that you said that. And I hope everybody takes that message and does that at some point. Do it this weekend. That's our challenge for you, is tell somebody you love them. Tell somebody you appreciate them, whether it's a guy that you game with all the time, or it's a parent, or, relative or cousin or friend, whatever. Tell somebody you love them.
Bob, tell me you love me right now.
I love you, Chris.
Oh, wow, Bob, I love you too, man. Wow, that was nice. Wow, that felt good. That fucking fuck you, Bob, but I love you, man. Like,
I'm going to go fucking puke into my sink. I had to choke that one out.
That one hurt.
Sometimes you gotta choke it out, Fiona said, I love you, Miller. All right, so listen, I will tell him that you
wish
said
somebody
that.
would choke me out.
Yeah, we love Miller.
We do love
this
Miller.
podcast loves Miller.
True.
Hey, listen, hold on. I'm going to show you guys where he is right now, because I just got a text. I was like, where's my son? And he couldn't stay up for the podcast. He's sleeping in his crate right now. So I don't know if the picture's like not focusing, but he's basically just like slumped on the outside of his crate. He likes to sleep with like one paw outside of it, because
so you can't shut it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I also love Miller. And it feels like he's gotten a lot bigger in just like the last 3 days. So I'm very sad, because I want him to stay little, but I also would like to make it so I don't have to carry him down the stairs every time he has to go to the bathroom, which is every 20 minutes. So, but yeah, that's basically all we got. And now it is time to land the plane. As far as shout outs go, I don't really have anything. I don't think that there was really anybody to shout out. Big shout out to everybody who always leaves voicemail. Shout out to Tiggy. Shout out to JB. Fiona's always leaving voicemails. Big shout out to everybody who is always like engaging with us, and obviously, like productive members of the community. We really appreciate you. We probably don't say it enough, even though we do say it quite a bit. But we really do appreciate you. Big shout out to everybody on the whole stream team. We've got tons and tons of people that are just fucking incredible personalities that you should be watching. So make sure that you do that. Make sure that you take a look in our Discord. You check out the stream team. You check out everybody, because it's just there's lots of good stuff happening, and there's lots of good people doing it. So support your homies. Tell your homies you love them. Kiss your homies goodnight. That's all I got. What do you guys got?
I do have one. We have a 5-star review on iTunes, and I'm so sorry that I forgot it last week. I must have not looked or something, but it is from Num 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 Bananas. Says it's 5 stars with the title "Love This." It says, "Absolutely love the podcast. The crew at WGG is incredible and never fail to entertain. Would recommend this podcast to anyone who is into gaming." Thank you for the 5-star review, my friend, and thank you for the kind words. If you do want to shout out, please leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. Leave a comment, question, whatever you want. As long as it doesn't get us TOS, I will happily read it. And it really helps us within the rankings. So if you do enjoy the show, help us. Please just leave a 5-star review. It does a lot for us. I know it seems like a small thing, but in the eyes of like iTunes and Apple, it's the difference. Bert?
Dude,
What?
I pulled up our YouTube. Chris, take your headset off for a minute. I don't know if you want to hear this. Dumb. There's 2 playlists. The very first song on one of the playlists is Halsey, You Should Be Sad. And then the second playlist, the very first song is My Ex's Best Friend. Chris operates a lot of our YouTube. You can put it back on, Chris.
Tough. That's tough. It's a tough look.
They got
Are you
roasted?
okay? Are you okay,
Are
Chris?
you okay, Chris?
Yeah, why?
Well, I mean, I know you're on our YouTube a lot and you watch, like, I watch videos on my own YouTube because I like to curate my own algorithm.
Yeah,
And I assume that you watch a lot of your videos on the WGG one, right?
probably. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because there's like a mix that's the very first song in it is Halsey, "You Should Be Sad."
Oh, she's
then-
so hot. It's a good song. She's hot as fuck in that video too.
And then the other mix is My Ex's Best Friend.
It's
And
that
they're
one.
and they're right next to each other in the fucking first page on YouTube.
Really? What's in the my ex's? I didn't make that playlist. I don't care if it's like sad music. I listen to sad music. Fuck it. But I didn't make that playlist. I might have listened to music from it.
Oh man, I don't know. I just thought that was funny.
That's all right. Sad boy.
But shout out to everybody who has contributed articles, videos, and tweets to the first episode of Paging Dr. Bob. I recorded it live. What, a Tuesday? Monday? I don't fucking remember. I don't remember when I recorded it, but my internet's back. The stream shouldn't disconnect anymore. So that's a good thing. But yes, shout out to everybody who brought content forward to me to create content around. I finished editing it. I just need to get the thumbnail together, and then I will be posting it on YouTube at youtube.com/WickedGoodGaming. I think I'm also going to cut up the individual topics as well. So I think I made up my mind on this. I think I'm going to produce, yes, I think I'm going to produce the first episode and then cut up the original topics afterwards. So it's like, here's the one big episode, then small topic, link back to the original episode. So I'm going to do that. I should probably be able to do that this weekend. Also, we get a bunch of shit on YouTube. New sub, Preheated Skunk.
What a name.
We also have 1,000 people commenting on the aim assist still. God, get over it.
I got YouTube shorts by the balls right now. Everyone's commenting on it.
There's fucking
Because the Celtics
so
are the
mad.
balls.
They're so fucking mad. Oh, we do have one person commenting on the Rust short. Actually, there's a couple of Rust comments, and it's pretty fucked up because people are so fucked up when it comes to that game. Bro, all these people new to Rust are so soft. Rust has been this way for fucking ever, and people are crying over it. Hey, guess what? Brendan W., stop gatekeeping. Huh? How about that? Stop gatekeeping a game from literally millions of people who want to enjoy the content being made around that on the OTV server. How about you just let people play the game that they want to play and stop telling them how to play it? Shut up. More fucking aim assist comments. Gaming with Phil. He commented, "You don't know the full story." And this was in regards to the XQC train wrecks, Sir Winter and Zuckles debacle that went over the weekend. You don't know the full story yet, trying to put a short video out about it. Like, come on, bruh. Yeah. You watched it, didn't you?
It's a developing story.
You watched it. Good job. And then even more aim assist. Dude, people don't like the aim assist topic.
Yeah, well, the video's going.
I take it back. People engage a lot with that topic. But yeah, that's all I get.
Trying to find like view-wise what that thing's doing, because that video has been going for a while now.
Yes. Also, if you want to contribute to Paging Dr. Bob, join the Discord. There's a whole text channel for it. Send me articles, videos, tweets, any topic that you think would be interesting for me to discuss, and I'm going to try to go live once a week with it. But as I said when I was live recording it the first time, I can only do it when people bring shit to me. So that's where it is. Discord. Jump in there.
Right.
Hey, you know where else you can jump in? Is to our podcast every week on twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming. You could subscribe for free. You could steal your significant other's Amazon Prime and subscribe to us for free. It supports the channel. It supports your boys. It puts a smile on our faces. And look, come on. You can also follow us on any platform that fine podcasts are available, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Amazon Podcasts, and bajillions of others. Big big shout out to the good people of Panama and Germany and Brazil who are listening to us. We were top 25 in Germany and Brazil in the past week. So big shout out to all of our German, Brazilian, and Panamanian fans. We love you. We really appreciate you. And again, we can't know how you found us or what made us trend in your country unless you leave us a review or unless you come in our Discord or unless you come in the Twitch chat. So your international dads, not just internet dads, but international dads, your multinational dads, we're out here. You know what I mean? Big up from the UK, Tomahawk Jack. Also, happy birthday again, once again. We already know that we have shooters in the UK and Australia too. So listen, don't even come out there. We got shooters in the UK. So I'm just saying, your interplanetary dads were out here. You know what I mean? Your intergalactic dads. And this year we're going way past that. We're gonna have the first fucking pool party on the moon. And
you know how Elon Musk sent out a fucking Tesla playing David Bowie?
It's gonna be playing the podcast.
We're gonna send out a keg with a radio tape to it, playing our podcast.
Nice. Get one of those DeWalt construction site radios, and it's got the podcast coming out of it.
Those things could go through anything. It could go into space. It's fine.
That's it. Absolutely. You're going to hear Chris mispronouncing words in space. Oh, my God.
Hey, hopefully it sounds a lot better out there.
Dude, there's going to be aliens showing up to Earth one day, calling cinnamon shinnamin. Hey, I am landing now on your planet for that resource spice shinnamin.
I have come to sample your planet's greatest delicacy, shinnamin.
Where is Chris P?
Where is your leader, Gumby? The one you call Gumby.
All right. That's actually hilarious to think of.
We seek the lanky one. Where is he? The leader of your people.
I'm just in front of my house cranking a Mob Light. What's up, man?
We have brought you a customary gift of your kind. Cigarettes.
If I was a representative of this country, man, for the aliens,
we'd be fucked.
No, we'd be boys. We'd have so many alien friends.
Straight booling in space.
Imagine alien drugs. We would have a blast. All right, end the show before I get into alien drugs.
Oh man, yeah, that's going to be the after hours segment. All right. Listen, if you're listening to us now, we appreciate you. If you're just finding us, we appreciate you. If you've been listening to us for the last 4 years, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. This has been episode 215 of Not Into the Gaming Podcast. I'm Papa Dom. That's Chris P. and Dr. Bob. We are your three internet dads, and we hope that you stick with us all this year. We got great stuff coming down the pipe. We've got awesome guests coming up real soon. We got a studio coming up. We got puppies. We got all kinds of shit happening. So
licking the tip of the pen. Just licking the tip of the pen, getting it ready for that line. Just dipping it. So listen, we love you so much. As always, thank you so much for listening to us. Have a great weekend from us. Listen, if you're going to have a beer, have 4. Have 1 for each of us. And listen, jump on our Discord, send us pictures of what you're drinking. Tell us what you're playing. We love you so much. This has been episode 215 of Not Another Gaming Podcast, and we will see you next week.